Hi Bromies, it's your boy Ricky here with Bermero Cards, and today I am here to share a card with you using some Hero Arts products. Now I do have to tell you, last month, or the beginning of this month, actually in May, I was part of a hop where they released their new catalog. And when I was talking with Libby over at Hero Arts, I told her, I'd really like to use some of these products for some Pride cards that I'm going to make in June. If you could send me some items, that would be great. So she did send over some items. I did make this lovely card, and let me show that to you now. It has an important message on it. It says, "Stand strong together." Now, before we get into making the card, I want to talk a little bit about Pride and, how it's a little difficult these days to celebrate Pride. Right now is kind of a scary time for a bunch of people. So, I just want to say, try to be hopeful. And, I try to be hopeful every day. I try to be positive, even though it's really hard. And, what I wanted to say this month through Pride, there's going to be a lot of people in my community, allies, that post Pride cards. And my challenge for you is, if you see someone being bigoted or saying negative things or wishing people unwell because of this, stand up, stand strong together, and say something to that person, because the only way they'll learn and the only way they're educated is someone pushes back on them. And yes, they may push back. You can ignore it, but you did your part. So I also wanted to just say a few more things about Pride and what it means to me. So mainly Pride, it's a happy moment, it's celebratory, it's a great thing. But it really boils down to three things to me. One of those are the people that came before me, and the people that have made it easier for me, and the people that died for me and for us and for freedoms. That just doesn't have to be people in our community. It could be people in our Army, our Navy, people that stand up for the United States, and in the world in general, actually, for any country or any place in the world where it's a struggle to be in this community. Secondly, Pride means to me is to look and reflect on the people that passed away during the AIDS epidemic, and how there is a generation of my community that was erased, all because of stupidity and fear. And so, I reflect on that and try to, I try to live my best life knowing that these people are no longer here anymore. And then a third thing I really want to point out, Pride to me is very important when it comes to my allies and our community's allies. Because if it's not for the allies, we wouldn't be where we are either, because it takes voices to make things happen. And I really appreciate all the allies that are out there for us, not just the LGBT community and trans community, but, people of color, women. Like, we all have these voices and we need to use them for the right thing. And degrading people and making them feel less than is not the way to do it. It's okay to educate someone and say, you really shouldn't be spreading this hate. If you, for example, I'm just saying, if you wanted to you wanted to be Christ-like, you would actually do this and then bring that to their attention. So, that's just an example. That doesn't mean that all bigotry is based off of religion or anything like that at all. I'm not saying that. But let's just all work together. Let's try to have a great month. Let's stand up for one another, and let's go ahead and get making this card. I hope you have a great day, a great Pride. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, let's go ahead and start making this card. We are going to be using a variety of colors as a rainbow here. We're going to be using the Sentiment Strips Fancy Die, along with the Together stamp and die cut here. And we're also going to be using the Infinity rectangle set here. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose two rectangles here, one smaller than the other. One of them is going to be used for a flag, and the other one is going to be the backdrop or the shadow for that flag. So we'll go ahead and get these taped down onto the cardstocks here. We have a Nina Solar White here, and then just a cardstock warehouse black, I think. My Hero Arts black, I'm out of it. Sorry, Hero Arts, I need to get some, I know. But I am out of their black cardstock. So anyway, we will put that through the die cutting machine, and then we have our little pieces here. Again, like I said, the black is going to be the matte, and the white is going to be used for our pride flag that we're going to use. So this is actually originally used for sentiments, but it's perfect for this because it is all the same size strips. So it's pretty perfect in the idea that I had here. And basically what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take this die and we are pretty much going to cut it out of every single color that we have here. So we'll go ahead and put the red through. And I wish I would have kept the sound on for this because the sound for this is really nice. This little pieces falling out of the die, it's like spectacular. You can also hear it over on a reel that I made for Hero Arts a couple weeks ago. But we'll do the orange, and then we have the yellow, and then coming up, we got these in our little stacks, which is nice. We have our green, and then we have our blues, and then we'll finally end this up with some purples. And then here we go. I don't use all these strips, you guys, but I have enough to last forever, apparently. So we'll go ahead and get that purple taken care of in a stack, and we'll get started on the flag. And making this flag is super simple. All we're going to do is take 2 strips of each one of these and place it onto the white piece of paper here. Now, what I had to do is I had to measure this to make sure that all of them would fit on here. It was too big for one color of each. It was too small for 2 colors of each. So what I'm having to do here is put a half of a strip on top, and I'll also put a half a strip on the bottom, and then eventually they will just be cut off. But here I am just placing this on the back, making sure that it's even, that it's great, and then we'll start putting the flag together. And basically we're just doing 2 strips of every color here. Nothing super hard. This is so easy. You could make a lot of these cards at one time so fast, you guys. So what we'll do is we'll put 2 strips of orange. Super simple, just 1 strip of glue as we go through. We'll get the yellow. And while I'm going through this, am I the only person in the world that when they are doing the rainbow colors, they have to say Roy G. Biv? Like, I feel like I have to do this every time in order to get it right. Like, I know the order of the rainbow, but I don't know it until I say Roy G. Biv. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, like, how did you even understand what a rainbow was? Because I thought that was like a rule. You had to know what Roy G. Biv was in order to get the concept of a rainbow. But I may be wrong. But so yeah, we're just putting on the last pieces here. We're going to do the purples. It's a little bit off camera. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to get used to working with a different camera. I'm trying to get new cameras so that I can do some face forward chatting with you guys and down facing time. So got goals. I'm working on it. So now what we'll do is we'll just take the pair of scissors and we're just going to cut off each side here of the strips that are overhanging. This looks kind of fun, actually. I liked cutting off the little pieces and them just falling to the mat. I thought that was like kind of cool. It's like rainbow sprinkles just falling everywhere. And then we're just gonna cut off the red here, and then this will be nice and done. We will use some liquid adhesive to get this placed onto the mat. And we're just gonna press this down and make sure it's really good and stuck to the mat. Voila. Okay, now we're gonna cut the sentiment out. This is gonna be the die cut. We're gonna cut this out through the die cutting machine. And we're actually going to do this 3 times because we're going to stack this up. We want some dimension on this card, so that's why I cut out 3. And then what we'll do is we'll take some tweezers and a little bit of liquid glue, and we are just going to glue 3 of these all together. Nothing super hard. This is not crazy. It's super easy. So then we'll take this, we will lay it down on top of another one, and we will just work this together until it's all like even and neat and all that great stuff. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and stamp out the sub-sentiment of Stand Strong. And I'm just using some clear embossing ink here, and then I'm going to perform some magic here. I want you guys to respect this magic trick. It is amazing. You just apply heat to this powder and it turns shiny and it does not come off the paper. It's like an amazing trick that I've learned over the years. Don't be jealous. It'll be fine. Then I'm going to take some scissors and I'm just going to basically cut this out to be a strip. It's nothing hard. You just have to eye it really good and make sure that you're not doing it crooked, because I've done that before. It's no fun. And then you have to re-stamp it and reprint it and re-emboss and all that great stuff. We'll put some foam tape on the back of the pride flag here. Had one that was a little bit too big, so I have to cut this down. And we'll go ahead and place that finally on the back here. Okay, and now that we have that done, we are going to start putting this card together. I'm trying to figure out exactly where I want everything to be on the card. Trying to figure out where the Stand Strong should go, if the together should hang off the flag, if it shouldn't hang off the flag, all of that great stuff. I think I found a pretty good place for this, and I'm kind of looking at this now, wishing I would have done a black shadow for the together. I think that would have brought this card life, popped it up. It would have been great. So in the future, I'll have to remember that. So we'll go ahead and start placing these items onto the pride flag, and we'll finish putting the card together. And I do want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you take the beginning message of this video and spread kindness and try to take up for people that are being disparaged and being told to die and like all of this stuff. It's crazy. It's a crazy world out there. And if we can just speak up one time and protect someone and try to help, that would be really great and make the world a better place. So we're going to go ahead and take the backing off of this flag and place it onto the white cardstock, and pretty much the card will be complete. Thank you again for watching this video. Make sure that you head over to Hero Arts and check out all the great stuff of their new release over on their website. Also check them out over on Instagram and YouTube. You can also find me over on Instagram by searching for Bermero Cards. And check out some of my other videos. Make sure you like, subscribe, click that bell so that you know a new video is coming out. And I hope that you have a joyous day, a very prideful Pride Month, and let's celebrate together and let's make change. You guys have a great week, a great weekend, day, night, whenever you're watching this, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Have a great one.